affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
Day 1000 of the Siege of Seattle.
The Muslim community demands an end to the army's occupation of Moscow.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind. Peace and security, freedom, worthy of our children's future.
Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has an ear, let him hear.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
The toll continues to rise in central Mexico more than 24 hours after it was hit by a magnitude 7.1 earthquake. At least 230 people were killed.
You can just look at it and hear it and see what it's doing behind me as we speak. I can actually see a tree snap in half. Anyone on the roads at this point is in great danger. This is the kind of wind, well over 120 miles per hour, that could blow your car off the road and that could make you airborne if you go out there. This was really the worst fear for Puerto Rico. They haven't seen this, according to the governor, in 100 years. A major storm with a direct hit on the populated eastern part of Puerto Rico. The governor issuing dire warnings saying this is going to be a catastrophic storm. It is life-threatening both because of the wind and because of the rain and the potential flooding and mudslides that could follow.
The first pictures now coming in from Puerto Rico after taking a direct hit. Hurricane Maria slamming into the island, and as you heard, one official saying the island is destroyed. Maria is the first Category 4 to hit there in nearly a century. 150-mile-an-hour winds ripping buildings apart, knocking out power everywhere. All of the electricity is out tonight. People ordered to stay inside until at least tomorrow amid fears of more massive flooding to come.
Yes, the eye has passed by already. We have a second part that is stronger. Our house has already been destroyed a half.
Tonight, this is the heart-pounding drama playing out across Mexico City. Rescue teams at an elementary school finding children buried beneath piles of debris, one by one, pulling them to safety. This was the school before, now literally flattened.
That death toll continues to rise with each passing hour. We now know that there are at least 20 school children among the dead. Officials say they were trapped when their building pancaked on top of them, and now in Mexico City, the frantic effort to try to rescue those that are still living.
This is what it looked like when the 7.1 quake struck near Mexico City.
We just lost the building in Mexico City.
Powerful enough to pancake office buildings and schools. Inside this newsroom, the walls shaking. Throughout the city, alarms blaring, cars frozen the moment the quake struck. At a standstill, drivers scrambling out.
We're following multiple breaking stories. The entire island of Puerto Rico in the dark after Hurricane Maria. The governor was even out doing his best to help people, rescuing people.
And they need as much help as they can get in Mexico. There's an urgent search underway right now for school children who are still trapped in the rubble from that earthquake.
And that is a live look at it right now in Mexico City, a desperate effort to free a young girl and the classmates who may be trapped with her.
What we experienced is like something you see in a horror movie. Persons were literally running from house to house, and we had cars flying over our heads. We had containers, 40-foot containers flying left and right.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
What has come to light is that it is not so surprising for a lot of people that there are covens amongst the very educated class, architects, doctors, lawyers, priests, brokers, and the leisure class.
These are people who have made pacts with the devil.
That's right. It's really the best, the more accurate way of describing it would be that they have indulged themselves in the worship of the goat, of the prince, of the serpent, and they lead perfectly normal lives. They're jewel merchants. They travel. They're prominent in their own way, but they do have this indulgence.
Father, here's a part of that I can never understand. That has never made sense to me. And that is, if somebody were to make a pact with the devil, obviously the implication is if the devil is there to make a pact with them, to make a deal, to make their life, their short mortal life on earth, pleasurable, with money or women or travel.
More interesting,
whatever it is they want.
Yes.
Then they are aware of the presence of the devil, and they are obviously aware then of the presence of God as well, and they nevertheless make a conscious, stupid, short-term, blind choice to take what they can get in this lifetime. And to embrace one, you must embrace the other. It's not like it's some wishy-washy person.
I know you do. It is a very not easy to understand, except when you talk with them, when they let their hair down and peel grapes, as we say, and when they're on their way to being cured of what or healed is the proper word. You find that there's an exhilaration and a satisfaction which is both sensual and sexual and mental when they really indulge in Luciferian worship. There is a peculiar exhilaration.
Like a drug, then?
Yes, it's a peculiar exhilaration. And of course, the godly instincts in us all, the angelic in us all, because we all have something angelic and something godly, besides everything else, a lot of other negative things, that is quenched. And you find in them a horror of anything, what we call sacred and holy, or sacrosanct, or the idea of the idea of the sacred, of the awesome.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control, in order to change a human being.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
To think something so small could control you.
And everything you do, when your life and all you love are on the line.
The RFID chip is always with you.
Because I want to live in a cash-free society.
Because now, the government is looking out for us.
Ask your doctor how to get your chip implanted today.
You see, like the beer commercial, you only live once, so get all the gusto you can. Right? That's a Budweiser. You only live once, you only go around once, so get all the gusto you can. This is the message of this age. It's a message of deep materialism. It is a message telling people they will be happy through buying things. Buy more and be happy. This is a slogan. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Right? The smiley face. And on the back of the dollar bill, there's a seal on this side. It's called the Great Seal of the United States. That's what it's called. It's their seal. Now, behind the seal, this is actually what is behind the Great Seal of the United States, is a pyramid with one eye. Now, the one eye is the sun god, Ray. If you really get the word Ray, sun rays. It is the sun god, same Mithraic character. And he shows up again and again. This is the Masonic god of the Ray. If you look, you'll see the pyramid is built except for the top. It's built, except for the top. The eye is suspended above the top. It hasn't come down yet. Because they believe until they finished the Masonic project, which is the what they say on the bottom, Novus Ordo Seclorum, and then Untitled Chapter, he is pleased with our project. In other words, the God they believe in is pleased with our project. What is the project? This is the question. What is the project that this God is pleased with? The project is literally the secularization of the world. And that is why it is called Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new secular or worldly order. If you translate that into Arabic, it would be a Nizam al-Alami ad-Dunyawi, not al-Jadid. It would be ad-Dunyawi. The new temporal order, the new order of the world. And that is why it is called Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new secular or worldly order. If you translate that into Arabic, it would be a Nizam al-Alami ad-Dunyawi, not al-Jadid. It would be ad-Dunyawi, the new temporal order, the new order of the world.
permanent task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
there are at least 20 school children among the dead.
First Category 4 had been there for nearly a century. 150-mile-an-hour winds ripping buildings apart, knocking out power everywhere. All the electricity is out tonight.
Powerful enough to pancake office buildings and schools.
What we experience is like something